Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is again Teacher Rhea, and this time I am going to discuss on definite integrals of polynomial functions. Okay, so how are we going to solve for the definite integral of polynomial functions? So the very common theorem is we have the fundamental theorem of calculus. Let f be a continuous function on AB, and let f be an antiderivative of f, that is f prime of x is equal to f of x. Then, okay, this capital letter F is the antiderivative of the function. F, or the small letter f, is our function. A is the lower limit and B is the upper limit. Okay, so using the equation, we have the antiderivative of f of x dx from A to B is equal to capital F of B minus capital F of A. Meaning, ano niya is, all we need to do is find the integral of the particular function and whatever comes to be the result, we are going to proceed to the evaluation of the function using, of course, the upper and the lower limit. The lower and the upper limit, which is represented by A and B. So to make you understand it better, let's have an example. What is the exact value of the antiderivative of x squared dx from 0 to 1? So we have here, first is integrate x squared dx. So in this particular video, I assume that you already have an idea on how to integrate. And if you don't have, or if you forgot how to integrate polynomial function, you may watch my video on antiderivative of polynomial functions to refresh your minds. Okay, so the antiderivative of x squared dx is x cubed over 3. So x cubed over 3 now is our capital F of x, or it's the integral of our given function. So using that function, we now proceed to the solving of the definite integral using the verticalization. So f of x is equal, or from 0 to 1 is equal to, or this particular equation is represented by f of b minus f of a. So since the value of our b is 1, so we substitute it with 1. And the value of our a is 0. So substitute it from our given integral, which is x cubed over 3. So instead of x, we substitute it with 1. That makes it 1 cubed over 3. Minus, instead of x, we substitute it with 0. So that is 0 cubed over 3. And since 1 cube is equal to 1, that means 1 cube over 3 is equal to 1/3. Minus 0 cube is 0, so 0 divided by 3 is 0. And 1/3 minus 0 is equal to 1/3. Meaning, the definite integral of x squared dx from 0 to 1 is equal to 1/3. Okay? Next, let's have this example. What is the exact value of the antiderivative of the quantity of 3x plus 1 dx from 1 to 3? So again, first is let's integrate 3x plus 1. Now, since the antiderivative of 3x is 3x squared over 2, and the antiderivative of 1 is x, so this will be our capital F of x. So 3x squared over 2 plus x, we now use the verticalization. So f of x plus 1 to 3 is equal to f of 3 minus f of 1. So substitute the value of 3x squared over 2 plus x. This is now equal to, okay, dara. Instead of x, we substitute it with 3. So 3 times 3 squared over 2 plus, instead of x, we substitute it with 3. Minus, this time we substitute x with 1. So 3x squared over 2 becomes 3 times 1 squared over 2 plus x is 1. And simplify that further, we have 3 squared is equal to 9. So that makes it 3 times 9 over 2 plus 3 minus 1 squared is 1. So that would be 3 times 1 over 2 plus 1. So simplify pag yun. So 3 times 9, that is 27, then over 2 plus 3 minus 3 times 1 is 3. So that is 3 over 2 plus 1. Okay, so by the way, since the subtraction process here is to the whole expression, meaning ana niya is we have, there should be a bracket here, or shall we say parentheses. Kay, we need to distribute the negative sign. Or, before you do the subtraction, we are going to perform the operation first here. So we have, there is a shorter way of dealing with combining fraction and a whole number. So all you need to do is multiply the denominator to the whole number. So 2 times 3, that is 6. Then copy the operation. So 6 plus 27, meaning this expression, 6 plus 27 is 33. Then copy the denominator. So that is 33 over 2. Minus, okay, the same. 2 times 1, that is 2, times 3, so plus 3, that is 5 over 2. And 33 minus 5, that is 28 over 2. And 28 over 2 is 14. Meaning, the antiderivative of 3x plus 1 dx from 1 to 3 is equal to 14. Okay. So, dali ra, no? Easy actually, the integration or the definite integral is easy if you were able to master the integration of polynomial function. Okay, after you do the integration, all you need to do is do the evaluation of function. Okay, so let's have the last example. What is the exact value of the antiderivative of square root of x dx from 1 to 4? Take note, there is no specific table of integral for radicals. So, we are going to change that one or rewrite that one to exponential form. So, the antiderivative of square root of x dx. Square root of x is just x exponent 1/2. If you forget how to change radical to exponential, the radicand or the term inside the radical symbol is called radicand, or that becomes the base. The exponent of our radicand is the numerator. The index of our radical is the denominator. Now, if you can only see the symbol for square root, no index written here, it's understood that the index is 2. Kay once mabot nag-cube root, fourth root, you will be able to see the index here. So if you cannot see any index at all, meaning the index is 2. So mao na siyang nahitabong x exponent 1/2. So that is now equal to x exponent 3/2 over 3/2. How did we do that one? Exponential plus 1, the exponent plus 1, then whatever is the result becomes the denominator. So 1/2 plus 1, that's 3/2. So that also becomes our denominator. And that expression could be simplified into 2x exponent 3/2 over 3. Now, how did we do that? In order for us to have it in multiplication, you get the reciprocal of the denominator. And since the reciprocal of the denominator 3/2 is 2/3, so mao na siyang naingon ana. So this is now our f of x. So proceed to evaluation or verticalization. F of x from 1 to 4, that is f of 4 minus f of 1. So first is substitute 4 to all the expression with x. So x, we change it with 4, so 2 times 4 exponent 3/2 over 3 minus x, this time we change it or substitute it with 1. So that is 2 times 1 exponent 3/2 over 3. Simplify it further. That is now 2. Oh, now, this time, gibali, we try to change it back to radical. Okay. So how did we come up with square root of 4/3? So in an exponential form, the denominator is the index, the numerator is the exponent. So since our exponent is 3/2, denominator is 2, so it's square root. Index is 2. Numerator is 3, mo na si 4 cube. And that is over 3 minus, same sa dere. Since the denominator is 2, so that would be 2 times, so 2 is kanisya, 2, square root of 1 cube over 3. Expand, 4 cube is 64, so that would be 2 square root of 64 over 3 minus 1 cube is 1, so that is 2 square root of 1 over 3. 64 and 1 are all perfect squares. And we are going to consider the positive value lang dire. So this is square root of 64 is 8. So that is 2 times 8 over 3 minus square root of 1 is 1. So that is 2 times 1 over 3. And that is equal to 2 times 8 is 16. So that is 16 over 3 minus 2 times 1 is 2. So that is 2/3. Since they are of the same denominator, so proceed na lang ka sa operation sa numerator. So 16 minus 2, that is 14 over 3, which means the antiderivative of square root of x dx from 1 to 4 is equal to 14 over 3. Okay, so I hope you learned something from the video. Thank you for watching. Please do not forget to subscribe on my channel, Learn to Love Math with Teacher Rhea. Bye-bye!